So last but not least, we have Fela Barcliff, also known affectionately as Mama Fela. Mama Fela graduated from Bank Street as well. Out of the 8 of us, between 2 moderators, the educator MC, and the educator of ceremonies, and the 4 panelists before and the 4 panelists now, 8 of us are out of the 11 Bank Street graduates. Says something. So Fela Barcliff founded Little Sun People, a community-based preschool that provides premier preschool and after-school services in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. For almost 40 years, her mission at Little Sun People has been to educate children in their most formative years about the history and culture of all people of color, with a particular emphasis on people of African ancestry, in order to create a sense of pride, identity, purpose, and achievement. Mama Fela also served as one of the first teachers at Uhuru Sasa, Freedom Now School, and she also has her undergraduate degree from Brooklyn College. And you may recognize Mama Fela from a recent New York Times article about 3 weeks ago that was focusing on, it was sort of misstated because it said, Black parents are beginning to choose Afrocentric preschools, but she's been around for 40 years, so not new, but yay times. So thank you, welcome Mama Fela.
Hello. Hi. Well, Little Sun People has been described as a hidden jewel. I count us as 38 years, but we could be 40. But anyway, we've been considered to be a hidden jewel in Bedford-Stuyvesant for all of that 38 years. So it is a privilege and an honor, and I have a sense of pride to come here and talk to you about this amazing little program that I think actually does address culturally responsive education in a very, very practical way. I'm excited about offering you a picture of how we try to help our children to thrive. I was asked to address the issue of Black and brown children thriving. So I want to let my Little Sun People tell that story. And I will, embellish on them because they really show how Black children can thrive. So at Little Sun People, we try to offer this very dynamic, community-oriented and consistent program that integrates cultural empowerment with academic achievement through a culturally responsive early childhood curriculum. And we welcome all children of every heritage to join us and excel at our program, but our program is intentionally built around the history, the lives, then the story of the Black and brown child. Our developmentally appropriate early childhood curriculum emphasizes critical thinking, cognitive skill building through inquiry, decision-making, reasoning, and endless turn and talk discussions about everything that happens in the day and in the child's experience in the world. Our program is designed to promote happiness, passionate interest, and engagement in the child's own world and in her community. Curiosity, friendship, very important. Fun, crucial, and play, active and non-negotiable. Very important aspects of life that serve and nurture the whole, healthy, thriving, socially, emotionally balanced young Black and brown child. All year long, and in many big and small ways, such as our Kwanzaa program, and I'm going to teach you a song from our Kwanzaa program at the end of my talk. Our Black History program, our harvest celebration, our honoring of our heroes, such as the traditional Martin Luther King, but we also honor Harriet Tubman on her day, and then Malcolm X, which we have been challenged for, but we still do it. We honor Rosa Parks on her birthday, and we close our school on Black Solidarity Day. But we don't just close, we talk to our children and our parents about the meaning of Black Solidarity Day and what that means for us coming together as a people. And it is a day that we've honored since Little Sun People's inception. We try to deepen our connection to the wide world community of Black and brown people of the present, the past, and the future with our children. Musical mastery is a lifelong gift, and we feel like it's never too early to offer that ability to master. The access and exposure at every preschool age in our school. It's been clear to us over the years that this effort improves concentration, coordination, small and large motor ability, memory, critical thinking skills, mathematical ability, literacy, music appreciation, and helps create a confident, can-do attitude that's so necessary for future success. Our children, you will be amazed at the concerts that they can play at 3. We love a good party, and we deserve a good party. We love to dress up and dress down, and we love to get our game on and get our dance on. And fun and happiness is so important to all humans, and especially 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. They love a party better than anyone else. So it's a historical fact that when Black people came to this hemisphere, our drums were taken away. Such an important part of how our rhythm of life went. At our Little Sun People, we give those drums back. And the whole world dances for joy, and so do we. Twice a week throughout the year, our students meet with their African dance and drum teacher, and they express themselves, as you can see. You would think that they were in Alvin Ailey's dance troupe. The drum rhythm helps them to learn and follow choreography beautifully. They put their whole preschool mind, body, and spirit into the rhythm and the movement. We found that cooking is one of the very best preschool life science and mathematical teaching tools. We bring this back to our culturally responsive curriculum by sewing all of our children their own Afrocentric chef's hats and aprons, and then we choose recipes to prepare that come from all over the global Black and brown world. And while we cook, we discuss those places and those people using a variety of platforms, such as videos, storybooks, and best of all, ingredients. And after we've done all this preparation, then we sit down and eat together. And sometimes you walk into the school and the smells, can't wait till Friday, because that's our day for cooking. Parents. One of the things that happens with Black parents is often they don't show up at schools because many times they don't feel connected, and they don't feel welcome, and they don't feel honored or respected. I've seen this from my own eyes, from myself personally as a parent, and also when I visited schools. One of the things that I think sets us apart from almost any school that I've been to, and I say almost, not all, is our relationship with our parents. It's precious and so important to us. We honor and respect our little Sun People parents. And when we honor them, they give it back in return. We never condescend to our parents. And we appreciate their thinking, their ideas. Because we're all Black people, Black and brown people, we understand one another. So when they talk to us about their hopes and dreams and the things that they feel proud about or the things that they're worried about, we can get on board with them. We can understand those conversations and talk together about what we all are trying to do, which is to help that little Black, brown child thrive and be his or her best self. Hands-on curriculum means everything in our developmentally appropriate preschool curriculum. Every month when we go to work on our study theme, our lesson plans reflect and integrate a variety of connections to some essential part of our culture, of our story, of our art, our science, or our math. And this is the art, culture, science, math, and story of Black and brown people around the world. We wrap it all up in dynamic projects that are standards-based, student-centered, learning activities within the context of culture. And we find that for our students it's critically important that for their connection and their being able to tell that they belong someplace and that someplace belongs with them. We go on trips constantly. That was a hallmark of our curriculum. Due to systems of oppression, many of our students had little access or exposure, knowledge, or experience with the larger world outside of their immediate neighborhoods. This has changed somewhat with the advent of gentrification in our neighborhoods, the outflow of poorer people from the surrounding neighborhoods. But still, we feel it's so important for the sake of our integrated curriculum to actually get out into the living world and have those experiences that then connect back to the projects and other work that we'll do inside the school building. An example, a small example, is during Black History Month, when we often talk about Black people of the past. I'm sorry. We still do that.
It's important. It's important.
We'll take a trip to the Weeksville Heritage Center, which happens to be in our neighborhood. And we can walk through the buildings and talk about the lives of the people, of the Black and brown people that inhabited those buildings long ago, and how they lived and what they did, and how that connects to how we live and what we do. And then we go right outside and roll around on the grass and play games for a while, just to let those formal lessons sink in. So our effort is to develop strong, confident, and loving world leaders by centralizing and honoring the historic contributions, connections, and cultural dimensions of people of African descent through all aspects of our interdisciplinary curriculum. And then we give them a huge send-off and a no-holds-barred bash that says we try to say to them that you are precious to us. We love you deeply. We honor your spirit. We honor your effort. And we send you off with all the power that we can bestow to help you reach for and achieve your very best self. We back you. So I wind up by saying that the key reason for the existence of Little Sun People is because racism still exists. It takes a variety of forms, some internalized, some explicit, and some implicit, but all are powerful impacts on the psyche. All Black and brown people of every age have this experience. And this totally includes people who are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Though most people don't deliberately call a preschool of the N-word, or some other form of explicit racism, young children still get the experience through the multitude of ways that racism is communicated, the air we breathe. Even sometimes it comes to them, sadly, through their parents, family, teachers, and other Black and brown people. Because we have internalized messages of racism. And what you internalized, you will show. So research has shown, however, that a pro-Black identity can protect or mitigate against the risks of social emotional harm caused by anti-Black bias. A pro-Black identity can provide protective factors that can minimize or diminish the impact of exposure to anti-Black bias. This is a high risk for internalized racism and overall low self-esteem that's suffered by many, if not most, Black and brown people to some degree. So at Little Sun People, our effort is to provide this protection from the ravages of anti-Black bias by setting an environment that is very, very pro-Black, and by attracting the people who will first self-examine and then work to eliminate our own internalized racism and anti-Black bias. Then those people, we work in concert with our teaching teams and our parents to provide the foundation for the development of the most positive pro-Black identity that we can in each of the students that we serve. And we constantly strive to learn more and to grow as a dynamic organization whose theory and practice is consistent. And we do all of this so that our students will thrive, and our students do. And now I want to just teach you a little song that we sing at our Kwanzaa program. This is a song that talks about the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, and we also use it to think about our program because it has so many beautiful, it has such a wonderful value system. So I'll just say what the 7 principles are, and then we're going to do call and response, and I'm going to call and then you respond. We're going to sing together. So the first principle is called umoja, which means unity. What an amazing value. And we all, as African, Black, brown, people who have been oppressed are desperately in need of unity. Kujijakalia, second principle, self-determination. Ujima, third principle. It means collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa, fourth principle, it means cooperative economics. Nia, fifth principle, that means purpose. And sixth principle, kuumba, that means creativity. Who can live without that? And then the last principle, number 7, imani, that means faith. Faith in ourselves, our people, our families, our communities, but especially in ourselves. Okay, so I'm not a singer, but I'll try my best, and it's call and response, so you could work this out with me. You ready? Okay. Got to put your hands together now. I say umoja. That's unity. I say kujitakalia. Self-determination. I say ujima. Collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa. That's cooperative economics. Said Nia. Purpose. Said Nia. Purpose. Say kuumba. That's creativity. Say imani. That's faith in our Blackness. 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 That's faith in our blackness right now.